Amber with Thriving Thrift 06, and I'm going to hit two birds with one stone in this video. I have collected a few full-price books over the last 3 months. One was a gift and 3 that I bought myself, and I will explain the reasons why. And then I'm also going to talk about my October TBR list. And it's quite lengthy for me. I should say for me, because it's not that long, and I doubt I'll read all of these, but these are what I want to focus on for the month of October, but a lot of them probably will also go into the month of November. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first book that I have recently bought is Splendor from the Lux series. I have been reading this. It's the Lux Rumors, Envy, and Splendor by Anna Godsperson. I had the first 3 in a box series, and I recently read them, and I was debating buying this one, but then the last one ended, and I just needed to know what happened. I couldn't let it sit there, so I bought this on Amazon for like $10, and I can't wait to get to this one. The next one I got is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. The newest book in the Hunger Games series. I enjoyed all the Hunger Game books. The movies were just but the books were good, so I'm looking forward to reading this. And I'm currently reading the next one now. I'm about 160 pages in, and that's Midnight Sun. I've heard mixed reviews about this, but I love Twilight, and I think I love this so far, so I think I'm gonna love it because I'm just a sucker for a good romance, and I love Twilight. I could read it over and over again if I really wanted to. So I'm enjoying this, and I'm going to continue this into October, even though I was supposed to finish this in September, but I am a school teacher, and time got away from me, and I just got really busy with work, so this got pushed to the back burner. So I'm still tackling it. I try to read it every night, so we'll see how it goes. And it's a chunker, but it'll get done. It'll definitely be done by October. And the last one I just got today. So this was a gift from my aunt, and it was for my birthday, and my birthday's in June, and I finally got this because she pre-ordered it for me, and it's the new Nicholas Sparks book, and I'm so excited. It's The Return. I can't wait to read this, but I have to tackle my other books first, but this will be a very quick read. I love him. He's my favorite author, and I know a lot of people say the stories are redundant and have the same backstory, but I don't care. I love the romance, and I love how he writes, and it's just an easy read that I can escape from the world with. So this, after I finish the 2 books I'm reading now, will be my next book. Okay. So that's all the books that I have recently purchased or been gifted. So now I'm going to go into my October TBR list. So again, Midnight Sun, I plan to finish that. And Nicholas Sparks, I plan to tackle in October. If I have to, because I have other books, like spooky books that I want to read, if I have to push this back, I will to November, but we'll see, because I really want to read this. So the other ones are, I've had this one for a very long time, and I've read some of it, but I've never finished it, but I thought it would be good to read both of these, just like a little story before bed, a little scary story, and a spooky. And this one is Possessed Possessions by Ed Okonokwicz. I received this book. This is a signed copy. I received this book in middle school. I was chosen for a writing class with him because of my writing abilities, apparently, back then. And I got to do a little class workshop with him, and got to practice writing and got to meet him, and we also received a signed book. So this was many years ago, and I still haven't finished it. I've read some. They're very short little stories, maybe 1 to 2 pages, about like creepy haunted houses, haunted objects featured in the true stories in this book, 20 of them. All real objects that people have owned, but items that somehow in some way have taken on a spirit of their own. So I'm going to read that little ghost stories before bed. And I also, to go along with the ghost stories before bed, have gotten, I picked this up at thrift store, Philadelphia Ghost Stories by Charles J. Adams III. So some more short stories. Again, they're not very long. This one is Chilling True Stories of Haunted Places in the Most Historic City in America. So that'll be a good ghost time. The next one, I've been reading this one and continue to read it, and it's just kind of, I read a couple pages just to get some positive mindset before bed, and that's The Secret. In my last video, I told you I was reading this just to get some mindset. So I'm on page 45. I just read a little bit at a time just to get, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Just to get a positive mindset, just to get a little tricks here and there, how I can get out of my head from work and the stress at work and just everything that's going on. So I'm going to continue reading that. This is kind of just an ongoing thing. It's part of my October TBR, but I just read a couple pages every now and then. The next one is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. So I have never read her before, and I'm looking forward to reading this. I heard that her books can go back and forth with some people, but this is one that everybody seems to like, so I want to hit this one for October. Yeah, so Ruth Ware has been called the Agatha Christie of our generation. I also have never read Agatha Christie, but she's going to be on my list for the next time I go thrifting to get some of her books, so give this a go. And the final book on my October TBR is Stephen King, Misery. I've only read one other Stephen King book, and that was Under the Dome, and I enjoyed it. I really did. And everybody says that Misery is a good one to start if you're starting off with Stephen King. So I want to read this one. And I was in a thrift store the other day, and I picked up Pet Sematary, and I put it back down because I honestly couldn't remember if I had it already, because these were all given to me by my cousin. Like, he didn't want them anymore, so I couldn't remember which ones he'd given me. And I put it down, and then I went home and realized I didn't have it, and it was only 50 cents. So I'm regretting that, but I will find it again. So that's the last one. I hope to be really spooked out by all of these books, but I do know I probably won't get to all of these. I'm not the fastest reader, and I have a lot going on. I'm a teacher in this crazy time with remote learning, a special ed teacher now. So, and I'm also doing my master's. So I have a lot to tackle. So books, I try to read every night, and if I don't get to it, I don't get to it. So thanks for coming back, and don't forget to subscribe and press that bell button so that you get notifications when I post new videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye!